friends, I'm Courtney and welcome to my kitchen. Today, instead of cooking, we're going to talk about all of the things that you need to keep in your pantry all the time to cook any recipe, fuss-free, stress-free. After a busy day, you want to come home, you want to feed your family great, and you don't want to do takeout for the fourth night in a row. So these are some of the things that I keep in my pantry. We've had some of you ask, what are my go-to objects? So I'm going to go through a few of the things that I enjoy. First is the canned food section. I love that aisle because it's shiny and I'm distracted by shiny objects. So it's sort of like I walk down and everything sort of says, ah, sort of. I love it. The first thing that I grab are beans. Every kind of bean that I can find. We eat a lot of black beans, chili beans, but I also grab Great Northern beans, anything like that I know a recipe is going to probably call for, but that I'm not going to have on hand. So I try to grab every kind of bean that I can find. Corn is another thing. I'm a Southern girl and we eat a lot of corn. So I grab a couple of whole kernel corns and a cream style corn. Now you ask why a couple of one and not the other, but I usually keep a couple of whole kernel corns because in the event that I'm here and it's been a crazy day and I barely know my name, I will inadvertently grab the cream style corn and I'll open it and I'll think, oh, I needed the whole kernel corn. So I always grab an extra just in case it's a day like that and I've lost my keys 5 times. Also on that same aisle, tomato products. Any kind of tomato product, tomato sauce, tomato paste, stewed tomatoes, diced tomatoes. I keep one of each in my pantry all the time. Rotel, how can you live life without Rotel? But my new favorite, not new product-wise, but new to me, is fire-roasted tomatoes. We use them in salsa, we use them in soups, we use them in casseroles, but they are delicious and they add just that little extra punch. So I encourage you to try a can, you will enjoy it. Every girl has a little black dress in her closet, and the little black dress of my pantry are condensed soups. I always buy cream of mushroom and cream of chicken. You can convert them, you can make lots of different things out of them, so keep them, have one on hand all the time. A little guilty pleasure of mine, back to the corn, is the Mexican corn, and I should have talked about it when I was talking about corn, but I kind of forgot. But Mexican corn is delicious, great for any dips. They actually have red and green bell peppers in it, so you don't have to chop your own. Time saver deluxe right here. Green chilies. Now, back in the day, I used to boil water. I would burn it because that's how horrible of a cook I was. And I didn't know, I had a recipe that called for chopped green chilies and I didn't know that you could buy them in the can. So I envisioned a propane roaster in the driveway. And so now I'm so thankful to know that you can buy them in the can. The work is done for you and it's the same delicious flavor. So they're over by the salsa section. I grab like 8 cans every time I'm there because we use them so often. Olives, green olives, black olives, I eat them straight out of the can. Guilty pleasure, don't tell anybody. But on the days where I'm wearing mismatched socks and my toddler is drooling down my leg because he's starving and I don't have time to chop olives, I buy the sliced in the can. You pay a little bit extra, but it's so good for your sanity on those kind of days. The accessory to any black dress of a pantry is my trusty friend traditional basil pesto. This month's issue of North Texas Farm and Ranch magazine, there's a recipe in there, the pork tenderloin basil pesto pasta. It is to die for, so simple, your family will love it, and this is the start ingredient. So grab a couple of jars of this. Again, great for pastas. If one pasta is good, 2 pasta is better, so keep a couple in your pantry. But this little fella, he will elevate any recipe to deliciousness. He's also great on French breads, chicken, anything that you want, this little jar will be your friend. And last, but certainly not least, liquid gold. Chicken broth, beef broth, vegetable broth. You can buy them in the small can or the giant carton, as I do because I use so much of it. But I promise you, you will need them and you won't have them and you won't go to the store to buy one ingredient. You'll go to the store and you'll throw your hands up and you'll end up saying, I'll just buy frozen pizza or a gallon of ice cream. So don't do that. Keep everything that you have here, buy it, put it in your pantry, and I promise any recipe that you come across, if you have all of the ingredients, it will make your life so much easier and you'll enjoy cooking. I swear to you, it is as easy as falling off a log if you have all of the materials. So I'm so glad that you tuned in. If you have any more questions, visit ntfronline.com and you can see more Cooking with Courtney videos, or you can go to my blog at www.saucepansandsuperheroes.com, and I will have a list of all of these ingredients in case you need a shopping list or you want to reference it at a later date. Thank you for tuning in, and always remember that there's room for you at our table.